You ever walk into a gym just trying to clear your head and end up in a full-blown war over who owns the squat rack? That's exactly how my day turned into something out of a reality show. I just wanted a quiet workout, headphones in, minding my business, same gym I'd been going to for years. But that was before she showed up. Linda, our neighborhood HOA president, who apparently decided the gym was her new kingdom to rule. The moment she walked in, everything got louder, more dramatic, like the air itself got tense. She strutted in, wearing her pink tracksuit, oversized sunglasses, and that same fake smile energy she used at community meetings. Everyone knew her as Karen in cardio, but nobody dared say it to her face. I was halfway through deadlifts when she stopped right in front of me, arms crossed. "Excuse me," she said. "You've been using that rack for 20 minutes. Some of us are waiting." I glanced at the timer on my phone, barely 12 minutes. "I'm finishing my set," I said calmly, trying not to start anything. But with Linda, you couldn't avoid drama. She was the drama. She took a deep breath and said loudly enough for the whole gym to hear, "Some people think the rules don't apply to them. Typical." Heads turned. That's how she operated. Turned small things into public spectacles. I ignored her and finished my reps, hoping she'd get bored. But instead, she stormed off toward the front desk, heels clicking against the floor like warning shots. I figured she'd complain, like she always did about everything. Parking, music volume, even people's water bottles. I wiped down the barbell and moved to the bench press. That's when I noticed the manager walking toward me, looking awkward. "Hey, man," he said. Could you maybe rotate off the rack? We've had a complaint." I looked past him, and sure enough, Linda was standing behind the counter, arms crossed, smiling like she'd just won. "Sure," I said, trying to stay cool. I moved on. But when I walked over to the dumbbell area, there she was again, pretending to stretch. Every time I moved, she followed, mirror to mirror, station to station, like she was keeping tabs on me. After 20 minutes, I'd had enough. I pulled out my earbuds. "Is there a problem?" I asked. She smiled. "No problem, Peter, just making sure you're not breaking any gym rules. We don't want chaos, do we?" My blood boiled. "Linda, this isn't an HOA meeting. You don't run this place." Her smile flickered. "Order is order, Peter. You can't pick and choose where it applies." That's when I realized she wasn't here to work out. She was here for me. "You followed me here," I said quietly. Her eyes didn't even flinch. "Someone has to keep things under control." Before I could respond, she raised her phone and started filming. "Just documenting this in case management needs proof of your aggression," she said smugly. "Aggression?" I laughed. "I'm standing here." She stepped closer, camera still rolling. Threatening tone. "You're escalating." Typical male behavior. The entire gym started watching. A couple of people whispered. The manager glanced over but didn't intervene. I took a step back, forcing myself to stay calm. "Linda, put the phone down." "Why? Scared of evidence?" she said, still filming. Then she slipped, literally. Her foot caught the edge of a resistance band and she fell straight onto a yoga mat with a loud thud. The camera hit the floor. For a moment, there was silence. Then someone snorted. Then another laughed. The gym erupted. Linda scrambled up, red-faced and furious. "He tripped me!" she yelled. "He attacked me!" The manager rushed over. "Ma'am, we all saw it," he said. "You tripped yourself." She froze, realizing nobody was buying it. But Linda wasn't one to back down. She turned to me, eyes sharp. "This isn't over," she hissed. "You'll regret embarrassing me." I thought she was bluffing. I was wrong. Later that night, as I walked to my car, I noticed something off. My tires were flat, all four. Sitting on my windshield was a note written in perfect cursive, "Next time, respect authority." No signature. But I didn't need one. I knew exactly who sent it. I walked back into the gym the next morning thinking maybe it would all cool off. But I was wrong. Everyone had already heard about the so-called incident. People looked at me like I was the villain of some local gossip thread. And right in the middle of it all, Linda, pink tracksuit, perfect hair, smug as ever, sitting on a bench pretending to check her phone. The moment she saw me, that fake smile spread across her face like a warning light. "Oh, Peter," she said sweetly, "still coming here after your little tantrum yesterday?" I took a deep breath, trying to ignore her. I'm here to work out, not argue. She laughed under her breath. Work out? Is that what you call intimidating people? I turned to her. Linda, I didn't trip you, I didn't touch you, and I'm done being your target. Her eyes narrowed. You think you can talk to me like that? I keep this place in order. The staff listens to me. I shook my head. This isn't your HOA. You don't control everyone. She smiled. That's what you think. Then she got up, sauntered to the front desk, and whispered something to the manager. Within minutes, a staff member approached me. Hey man, can you lower the weights? You're disturbing others. I looked around. The only other person nearby was Linda, smirking from across the room. You've got to be kidding me, I muttered. I dropped the dumbbells, grabbed my towel, and decided to leave before I lost my cool. But as I walked to my car, something felt off again. On my windshield sat another note, neat handwriting. You don't belong here. I crushed it in my fist. That night, I got a call from a blocked number. A man's voice said calmly, You're not the first she's done this to. My heart raced. Who is this? The line went dead. The next day, I decided to end it. When I arrived at the gym, Linda was already there, standing by the treadmill like she was waiting for me. We need to talk, she said. About what? I asked. About you learning your place, she said. You've been disrespectful, uncooperative, and frankly, a danger to community stability. Community? I said. This is a gym, Linda, not a neighborhood watch. She smiled. Oh, Peter, order doesn't stop at the property line. I stepped closer. You've gone too far. She tilted her head. No, you have. You think you can just walk in here and do whatever you want, ignoring structure, ignoring me. That's not how it works. Her phone buzzed. She ignored it. I could have you banned from every gym in the district, she said. You'd be surprised how connected I am. I folded my arms. You really think you're untouchable, don't you? She gave a small laugh. Not untouchable, just essential. Then, in one smooth motion, she hit the record button on her phone and started filming again. See? Aggressive tone, threatening posture, she said, narrating like some courtroom reenactment. Linda, stop, I said. No, she said, voice rising. People like you need to be exposed. And right as she said that, the treadmill behind her suddenly activated. The belt began spinning faster, faster, its hum turning into a roar. She flinched, turning around. What's happening? She snapped, pressing buttons, but nothing stopped it. Step off! I shouted. It's glitching. But her pride wouldn't let her retreat. It's fine, she barked, trying to control it. Her foot slipped, and in an instant she was thrown backward, crashing into a rack of exercise balls. The entire gym froze. I rushed forward. Are you okay? I asked. She groaned, pushing me away. Don't touch me! You did this! I didn't touch anything, I said, pointing to the treadmill's flashing error code. People were staring. The manager ran over. Linda tried to stand, humiliated, her phone still recording. He attacked me again, she yelled. The manager frowned. Linda, I saw everything. The camera did too. Her face went pale. Camera? She whispered. Yes, I said quietly. Guess you're not the only one recording today. The manager picked up her phone from the floor, still running, still recording her shouting about manipulating evidence earlier. He raised an eyebrow. Linda, I think you should leave. She opened her mouth to argue, then closed it. For the first time, she looked small, powerless. This isn't over, she whispered, voice trembling. It already is, I said. She stormed out, limping slightly, her pride more bruised than her body. That was the last day anyone saw her at the gym. A week later, her name vanished from the HOA board, the bulletin outside our neighborhood entrance blank where her picture used to be. No one knew if she resigned or was forced out. But every time I walk into that gym now, the lights feel warmer, the music louder, the air peaceful. Sometimes I pass that same treadmill. It's been repaired, but once in a while, when it starts up, the screen flickers red for a second, like it remembers her too.